I created a new Cobblemon for Cobblemon 1.21.1. And you may have already seen in the thumbnail and title what it might be about. Let me get into it by showing you what we have. So first off, we have a new one called Turtwig. You might see the resemblance to Turtwig, and yes, it is a type of Turtwig. Basically, it is just pure rock typing, but it'll have a evolution called Gravtol, which obviously can see that it has a gravel shell and is based off of Grottle, but it is now rock and ground, and you can evolve Gravtol by giving it a piece of stone into the stone variant, and yes, there are variants of this, into a Geoterra. And the main difference between the Geoterra and the other Geoterras are the colors of its spikes. Now, where you will find most of these guys is in the caves. So let's get into the caves real quick. You can find them anywhere below Y level 20, but down here I sort of set up a little area a little bit. You have to have a decent spot, like decent radius for Geoterra to spawn in, because he's such a big spawn. But yeah, if you have the Pokénav in Cobblemon, you can open it up and see that Turtwig will spawn down here. Turtwig has a weight of 6, and then Graftle has a weight of 3.6, and Geoterra has a weight of 0.4, like most other starter Pokemon full evolutions. But as you can see, there's a different colored Geoterra here. Now, the other variants besides the stone one have a 0.35 weight. Now, you may be wondering, why is there a goldish one spawning here? It's because there is deep slate gold ore right there. Now, if I was to say remove it and then open it, you see that the gold variant disappears. So if we were to get, say, emerald, let's get emerald one, and it works for either or, you can now see that the emerald one appears. So yeah, they spawn near their ore. You just have to have a big enough radius for them to spawn. But you can also, if you pull out the Gravtol out of your inventory, as long as it's above, I forget what level, but I believe it's 30 something. It's the same as Gravtol's level. So if the same level you evolve a Grottle to Torterra is the same level a Gravtol evolves into Geoterra. But if you make it hold a emerald ore, it shouldn't consume it. I might go fix that. Future Nathan here, and I decided to keep that as a feature so you couldn't just keep evolving Gravtols into the specific variety of Geoterras. I felt like that was a little too overpowered, so I kept it to where it consumed the ore afterwards later on. But now when you click evolve, it'll allow you to evolve it into the emerald version. And boom, you have a emerald variant of Geoterra now. And you can see the obvious difference between them. One has green spikes on its back, and one has just regular stone. There are a multiple different variants of it. And they do have their own Pokédex entries called Geomons. Turtwig, thought to be an ancient ancestor of Turtwig, it roams underground looking for minerals to eat. The object on its head is actually a fossilized leaf, turning as hard as diamond when threatened. or to dig up food out of rocks. And then Gravital, easily recognized by the dense layer of gravel packed tightly on its back to reinforce its shell. It rolls in damp caves, fusing new stone fragments to its body using specialized mud it secretes. And then the coolest one is Geoterra, spending centuries slowly tunneling through deep caverns in search of rare minerals. Its heavy rock shell serves as a natural crucible, processing the ores it consumes. The more it consumes of a specific mineral, the crystals on its back change their properties, sort of hinting to, say, an iron one has eaten mostly iron in its diet, so its crystals turn to iron, and same with the emerald. Now, I couldn't figure out how to change the properties of the drops, but they do drop every ore in Minecraft. From coal, iron, copper, amethyst, gold, lapis lazuli, redstone, emerald, diamond, and then the netherrack variants, I had to just make it all netherrack, nether quartz, ancient debris, but their spawn drop rates are extremely low for ancient debris, emeralds, diamonds. Very hard to get actually out of these. And then these guys just drop gravel, dirt, and diorite. I made it diorite because his shell sort of looks like a diorite slab to me, which I thought looked pretty cool. And now I'm going to show you guys the shiny variants. So I moved over here into the darkness a little to show you the shinies. I'll show you in the light afterwards, but they do have emissive properties. So they will shine in the dark. Like Turtwig's shell will shine, its leaves will shine, its eyes will shine. And then here it is in the daylight. Still a little brighter, makes it a little pop in the sun, but honestly, it looks pretty good. And then we have Gravital over here in the darkness. The gravel on his back lights up and his eyes light up. And then you throw him out in the sun, and he has a little bit more of a dark texture, a little bit of a nice blue gradient. And then for Geoterra, we have his spikes on the back glow and his eyes glow, which are pretty cool. And then you get him out to the sun. Yeah, I'll just have to throw him over here. He's pretty slow. And yeah, he's a nice tint of blue. Looks pretty good. And the other variants have their own shinies as well. Like the emerald spikes on the emerald one really pop out with its shiny. Yeah, you can see that a mile away in the cave. If you do have a shiny one of these, it's pretty cool looking. But now, let's go show you the nether ones. Okay, so the nether variants, I did mess up. They don't spawn here for some reason. I must have messed up on the spawn pool world file, but easy fix. I think I know what I probably messed up. But I will show you how to get the nether variants. So, say you have a Gravital. If you want a nether quartz one, you want the nether quartz ore. Or for like the netherrack, you want netherrack. And then if you want like the gold variant of it, you want the nether gold ore. And then for the netherite one, you want netherite scrap or ancient debris. If I could type right. There we go. Ancient debris. So for this one, we're going to go with the nether quartz ore. And all you do is give the nether quartz ore to Gravital. And now he can evolve into the nether variant of Geoterra. And as you can see, I gave him a little bit of a crimson nylium look. Looks pretty good. and he does have emissives as well. His eyes glow, his spikes glow. Now let me just turn him back into a regular one real quick, a non-shiny variant, and he's number 2. And now you can see it has that more netherite or netherrack look to it. So yeah, that's basically how the variants work. But yeah, that will be coming in a future update to the mod slash data pack, because you can get this as a data pack or mod, whichever one you prefer. Because right now I'm using a mod, but I do also have a data pack that works. So I will have 2 up on CurseForge for either mod or data pack, because some people prefer data packs, some people prefer mods, but you can decide which one you want to use. But yeah, they should be spawning next to this, but they're not. So we're gonna figure that out in a future update. But if you guys did like this video, consider clicking that like button, seeing what else I have available on my CurseForge profile. I also have a pasture loot mod, yeah, and this in that mod plus this mod would make a killing, especially being Torterra drops all these ores and minerals. He would be overpowered in one of those farms. So if you guys did enjoy this video, click like button, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.